Coming to you live from the MediaPlex in downtown Windsor, this is a presentation of St. Clair College Journalism.
Good evening, I'm Lori Baldassi, and you're watching MediaPlex News Now. Pumpkin, cider, and popcorn. You could find all these things at Dougal Public Schools' Pumpkin Patch fundraiser last week. Sanjay Morrow has the story.
The Halloween festivities are officially underway at Dougal Public School. The school's parent council recently held its Pumpkin Patch fundraiser event. Parents and students were invited to purchase drinks, snacks, and of course, pumpkins. Chairperson Sarah Beveridge says that the funds will go towards the development of an outdoor classroom.
Over last year and this year, we've put together some fundraiser initiatives to raise money for the school. We've been developing an outdoor classroom that is a new addition here at Dougal.
Union Gas recently provided the school with a $2,000 grant to support many additions to the outdoor space, such as a garden box, weather station, and bird feeder. Principal John Union has been very happy with the support of the community since the start of the project 1 year ago.
And we have a place where the students can come outside and enjoy the outdoor environment and eco kinds of learning as well. So they can come down here and learn in the classroom with the chalkboard that's outdoors, and there's seating for all of the kids.
Development on the outdoor classroom is set to finish sooner rather than later. For MediaPlex News, I'm Sanjay Maru.
The St. Clair Saints men's and women's cross-country teams placed second and fifth in their provincial meet on Saturday. This qualifies both teams to run nationals in 2 weeks. Reporter Alyssa Horrobin tells us more.
It was a cold and rainy weekend, but that didn't stop the St. Clair Saints cross-country team from running in the OCAA provincial meet in London. 4 St. Clair runners made top team All-Ontario, and the men's team won the silver medal. First-year Tyler Jones took home a personal silver and was named Rookie of the Year. Jones may be the top runner for the men, but he speaks highly of his teammates.
They've really improved a lot. Like, I went to school with Andre, like when I was in high school and stuff, and he's improved just majorly, like in the last 2 months or so. And then Gavin's also very good. The girls' team's good too.
Cross-country coach Paul Boots has been with St. Clair for 3 years. He says the team chemistry this year is the best he has ever seen and believes that's why the team is doing well.
I think they not only race for themselves when you have that team chemistry, I think they race for everybody. Synergy, call it what you wish. Firm believer in it. That's one of the main goals at the start of the year was to create that team atmosphere. I mean, it is every year, but this year they really grabbed it.
Both men's and women's teams qualified for nationals, which take place in Quebec on November 11th. Reporting for you, I'm Alyssa Horrobin.
It's time to head outside where Alyssa Horrobin is standing by with a look at our current weather conditions. Alyssa?
Well, Lori, the air is pretty brisk out here right now, so I hope all trick-or-treaters dress warmly for tonight. I've already seen some go by here already. It's sitting at a chilly 4 degrees right now, but it feels like -1. I will be back a little later in the show with your 3-day forecast.
The LaSalle Vipers are a Junior B hockey team which emphasizes family, education, community, leadership, and standards of play consistent with the Ontario Hockey League. The Vipers' home ice is located at the Vollmer Cultural and Recreation Complex in LaSalle. On the weekend, the Vipers held a meet and greet event. Sanjay Morrow reports.
The future is looking bright for the LaSalle Vipers. This past weekend, the team hosted a charity meet and greet event at the Windsor Crossing Mall. The event saw 16 players and team mascot Vinny participate in raffle drawings, autograph signings, and even shooting competitions. The team says that they are always excited to get to interact with their fans.
This is what it's all about. Junior B hockey is all about getting involved in the community and taking these boys and turning them into men, showing them what their role is out here in the community as role models. Now that they're getting into the Junior B level hockey with their eyes set on getting into the OHL or even the NHL one day.
And as 2 players from the team allude, it is a true honor to be known as a LaSalle Viper.
Always looking up to the Vipers when I was young, going to all the games. I really just wanted to be a Viper when I grew up, and then now that I'm on the team, it's a blast so far.
All proceeds raised at the event were donated to the Ronald McDonald House of Windsor, which provides a welcoming and secure home away from home for families of children in medical need. For MediaPlex News, I'm Sanjay Maru.
The Windsor International Film Festival is a not-for-profit organization whose mission is to recognize and celebrate the art of cinema by showcasing Canadian and international films and filmmakers. WIF runs October 30th until November 5th and showcases more than 100 films, shorts, and live reads. The festival is the second largest volunteer-run film festival in Canada. Adult tickets are $14 and student tickets are $9. A pass is also available, allowing you to experience as much of the festival as possible. $1 each from each ticket sold goes towards the Capital Restoration Fund. Speaking of WIF, let's take a look at this interview from last year's interview with Executive Director Vincent Georgie. He sits down with reporter Linda Colleen Morgan in this edition of 3 Minutes With.
Hello, my name is Lindy Colleen Morgan, and this is 3 Minutes with Vincent Georgie. Vincent is the Executive Director of the Windsor International Film Festival. Vincent, when did you get involved with the Windsor International Film Festival and why?
I got involved back in 2009, so I've been with the festival about 8 years total. I was approached by Dr. Alan Wilderman, the president of the University of Windsor, who had suggested that I take a look at joining the Windsor Film Festival because my expertise is the marketing of film, and he thought I could be of support there. I just joined the University of Windsor, and I was delighted to. But it's amazing when you get involved in things that you could never imagine the time and history you'd have with an organization. You know, back when I joined, this is about May 2009, I never could have imagined the time I've put in or just the things that have gone on. It's a bit nostalgic.
So what does WIF provide to the emerging filmmakers in the Windsor area?
Yeah, I think what WIF does is provides them, one, a platform to showcase their films. All filmmakers want to have their films seen. No filmmaker makes a film to be seen. But in this case, we're actually able to showcase them by celebrating those films, by bringing media attention to them, by marketing these films, by putting on a great festival where their films, in one theater are being shown right next to, another major, Hollywood film or another major, art house French film, and the theater is right next to them. It just gives them a sense of your film is part of the mix too, and that's an important piece.
So what's different about this year's WIF? I know that there has been a change in location. Can you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, well, this year we're really delighted that we've added the Chrysler Theatre at the St. Clair Centre for the Arts on top of the Capitol Theatre. So normally we were always just at the Capitol Theatre, which is we love that venue so much, but we wanted to keep growing the festival, and the Chrysler is the perfect natural choice for us. So we're really excited by that. It's obviously a beautiful venue right down by the water, but what's great about it too, it's just a few minutes walk between the two theaters, so you can flit around and go to different films in both theaters, which is great. So that's been a really nice addition. And then certainly in terms of programming, we've been playing around a lot of new initiatives this year. The Sound of Music Sing-Along is going to be hugely popular. Doing live reads, we're doing a live read of the script of Reservoir Dogs and a live read of the script of Juno. So a live read is when actors come in and actually do a voice reading of a script. You're not watching the film, they're actually performing the script. So amongst other things, lots of different pieces we're excited about.
Recently, WIF was named the second largest volunteer film festival in Canada.
Yes.
What does this title mean for the city of Windsor?
Oh my gosh, I think it can mean a lot for us as a community to know that Canada has 158 volunteer-run film festivals, and we're the second biggest right now. We can be really proud of that. I think it shows how much people in Windsor love movies, love the arts, love movie-going, love having a great experience, and this is the festival that Windsor built. This is our festival that we've grown year after year after year, and all of this praise and recognition we receive, we've all collectively contributed to it.
And what would you say to those thinking about going to WIF but haven't made their final decision yet?
Oh, absolutely come down. Just come and have a good time. Whether you already know the film you want to see or you just want to get a recommendation once you're here, or just walk into any theater and just take in an experience. People always end up having a good time at WIF, whether they know what film they're coming for. Some people come just for the social aspect, just to see the crowds, just to try something new, catch up with an old friend. You don't have to be a big movie buff to actually enjoy the film festival. There's just so much social around it too.
So that's all the time we have today. This has been 3 Minutes with Vincent Georgie, the Executive Director of the Windsor International Film Festival.
We know, it's only Halloween, but the Christmas Elves, an organization that offers a free Christmas dinner to those in need, is hosting a fundraiser in just a few weeks. Brandon Dahl joins Lori Harrison in studio to tell us more.
I'm here with Brandon Dahl, a member of the Christmas Elves in Windsor, Essex, and we're going to find out what they've been up to lately. So Brandon, tell me, who are the Christmas Elves and when did you start?
My family and I started the Christmas Elves to take care of people in need of a dinner on Christmas Day.
And what is your mission with the Christmas Elves?
We want to make sure that everybody has a place to be on Christmas Day, no matter what the circumstances are. Homeless, rich, in between. If you need a place, that's what we're there for.
Okay, so in order to fund this Christmas dinner, you're having a fundraiser. Could you please tell us more about this fundraiser and how people can get a hold of you to get tickets?
Yes, our fundraiser is on November 11th at Moose Lodge. You can find more information on our Facebook page. We're the Christmas Elves on Facebook. We're doing a full Christmas dinner, or a full chicken dinner at the Moose Lodge. There's going to be raffle prizes, door prizes. It's going to be a fun event.
And how can they get tickets?
If you, again, look us up on Facebook, you can contact us directly there. We will get you your tickets. We will even deliver them directly to your door.
Okay, thank you, Brandon, for stopping by. And be sure to follow them on Facebook and keep up with what they're going to do.
Looking for a last-minute costume? Make sure it's appropriate. The University of Windsor held a cultural awareness fair to help you plan your Halloween. Laden Mohammed has the story.
The University of Windsor is a school with students from many diverse backgrounds. So with Halloween quickly approaching, the University of Windsor's Native Student Alliance and Aboriginal Education Center were looking to open up a dialogue with the community about cultural appropriation and costumes that reflect a negative stereotype on groups of people with their My Culture is Not a Costume awareness fair on October 26th. Dan Faulkner is a graduate student in the social work program at the University of Windsor. He says this event isn't about taking away Halloween from children. He's searching for a way to connect respect and understanding to his culture.
We're just looking to have a conversation with the greater student community and just have a respectful discussion. I mean, if people find that they should be able to wear our attire as a costume, well then at least let's have a discussion and inform you on our history, inform you on the issues that we deal with currently today. I mean, even in announcing this campaign, there was a lot of backlash. A lot of people who are saying, oh, you're taking away Halloween from children. No, we're just saying don't dress as Indigenous people. Be a firefighter, be a bank robber, be a mad scientist, whatever you choose otherwise.
Catherine Pasquatch is the Aboriginal Outreach Coordinator at the Aboriginal Education Center at the University of Windsor. She says, though there has been controversy surrounding this event, she's hopeful that the message will be received with an open mind.
The most optimistic situation is that we wouldn't have to have this campaign this year because it would be effective. But if there is a need to continue that education, then absolutely. And then even moving forward, it would be really important to just highlight the different cultural differences and provide cultural education to other people.
For more information about this event or cultural appropriation, visit the Aboriginal Education Center link at the University of Windsor website. Have a safe and informed Halloween. Thanks for watching. I'm Laden Mohammed.
It's time to head back outside for a scary look at our 3-day forecast. Alyssa?
Right about now, you might be headed outside for some trick-or-treating or perhaps a Halloween party, so make sure you are dressed for the weather by dressing in layers and maybe wearing a scarf, a hat, or some gloves. Let's have a look at the next 3 days. Tomorrow we'll see a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 7. Thursday it will be cloudy with showers, but jumping up to a high of 16. And on Friday, it will finally be sunny with a high of 11. Have a happy Halloween and stay safe and have fun. That's it for me from the corner of University and Victoria. Back to you, Lori.
Thank you, Alyssa. The Association of Representative Artists is holding its 39th annual art show and sale until November 15th at Windsor Crossings Outlets. 35 local artists are exhibiting more than 150 new and original paintings. Ivy Lee was there.
Association of Representational Artists are the region's largest and oldest organized group since 1978. There are 39 artists exhibiting over 200 artworks. You'll just say wow when you see it. The show starts on October 20th, running till November 12th at Windsor Crossing Outlet Mall. Mario Klimus, master artist with one of his newest oil paintings, Sending the Clouds Behind the Scenes. 2 paintings in remembrance of the grand days of the circus. The oil painting depicts the thoughts and melancholy of the performing clowns and bittersweet memories of days gone by.
There's 19 different entries in there, and they range from lighthouses to the flowers of Canada to the early settlers and the pioneers and the women's suffragette movement, all those different things, different varieties of ways of presenting your vision of your Canada.
And Panama is where the Panama Canal is. We all know about the Panama Canal. So therefore, what they do is they design something on the cloth that they recognize. Sometimes it's childlike. The Indians do it on cloth with very tiny stitches. I do it on canvas with acrylic paint.
ARAR show and sell, everyone is welcomed to review the Windsor XX largest art show by local artists. From MediaPlex News, I'm Abby Lee.
Among all the Halloween and fall festivities, a pumpkin-themed craft show raised funds for Western Secondary students. Amos Johnson brings us the details.
Western Secondary School hosted their most successful fundraiser known as Pumpkin Fest. Pumpkin Fest is a craft show and sale run by the school and has been going on for about 30 years. Samantha Thomas is an art teacher at Western and a coordinator for Pumpkin Fest.
We have someone this year from Michigan. We have 3 men from Toronto. Usually it's Essex County and maybe a little farther to London. So the word gets around because I don't advertise in the States and I don't advertise in Toronto. So it's word of mouth that gets around, and I guess that's a good thing.
This year included 110 craft vendors, along with several students and teachers from the school to volunteer. Kevin Keenigan is the assistant store manager at Lee Valley and took part in this year's festival.
Our product at our store falls a lot in line with the spirit of the show, in that we really promote people working with their hands, doing a lot of stuff on their own. We teach seminars there. I was actually doing a demonstration on wood burning, which is something we teach classes on and also have a lot of products in the store for it.
All proceeds from the event will go to student activities such as field trips and guest speakers. This has been Amos Johnson for MediaPlex News.
In Windsor, Essex, we're surrounded by talented sports teams. Here's Cody Roussan and Kyle Rose with a look at local, national, and international sports this week. Gentlemen?
Hi there, I'm Cody Roussan.
And I'm Kyle Rose. Welcome to your Plex Sports Update.
Well, Kyle, we were both there this weekend on Sunday with the St. Clair Saints opening up their basketball seasons. Now, I know it wasn't the result that we were hoping for. It wasn't the result they were hoping for. But take us through it. What happened?
Well, I mean, it was the home opener for both teams, as you mentioned. The women's team, however, clearly outmatched. Now, we spoke about this last week on the show. Humber coming in here, they're always one of the top-ranked teams when it comes to the OCAA, and especially basketball. So the women there were a little bit outranked. Keep in mind, though, our Saints did have an injured player, Jana Kurasi. She was injured, one of the twins. She is a sometimes starter between her and her sister, or sometimes they both start. So that was also a big impact on why they fell short for the Humber Hawks. But again, just a powerhouse team. And moving on to the men's now, they as well just outpowered the Saints. They kept it rolling. They kept it as a good distance, but Humber is just a top team in the OCAA, and our men are looking better. They were close there. Score was 88-101, so it wasn't a complete blowout. But again, just the Hawks are just a step ahead of us when it comes to basketball. But moving on to other big news in St. Clair sports, our men's baseball team, national champions.
Absolutely. The St. Clair's Saints men's baseball, they just have a phenomenal program year in and year out. Yeah. So, the way that they started their season, the way they finished their season, the provincial championship, the national championship, just all together, the whole program itself from top to bottom, congratulations to our men's baseball program because they deserve all the praise in the world.
Definitely, and they don't need the occasion of Halloween to celebrate. They're partying up. Well, last I heard at Res, they're a 5-time provincial champion in a row. This is their second national championship. So, this is a good team looking forward to their future. If they keep all their prospects, they have some good rookies. They're going to be a great team in the OCAA.
Well, absolutely. The Tecumseh Thunder keeps producing quality, and a lot of these Thunder players, they're coming over to play for St. Clair afterwards. So as long as we keep getting quality players out of Tecumseh, they're going to be long time. They're going to be good.
Definitely. And speaking of baseball, touch us up on tonight, World Series, Game 6.
Absolutely. Tonight we have the Houston Astros, LA Dodgers. They're playing Game 6 of the World Series. The Astros are up 3-2. Justin Verlander's getting the ball tonight. Verlander, we both know, is a pitcher that has longed for World Series success. He hasn't had much of it, or he hasn't had any of it at all, I should say, because he's coming from the Detroit Tigers. They had been to the World Series a couple of times, but it never went out well. So if he's good tonight, if the team's good tonight, that's it. Ball game over, and he's finally got that ring.
Definitely, and it's going to be an interesting game. Whether it ends tonight or goes to Game 7, both teams are hungry, and they're looking for that World Series championship.
Absolutely. And you know what? On behalf of you and I, we've run out of time, unfortunately. But happy Halloween. Yep. Back to you.
I hope there's room for a coat under your costume this evening. Shirley Feng joined some early trick-or-treaters in Walkerville on Saturday. Let's take a look.
Trick-or-treats through Walkerville attracted monsters, big and small, for a stroll around the Walkerville neighborhood on October 28th.
So in Walkerville, they're doing a trick-or-treat for all the kids for Halloween. So every kid will come here and then every kid will get a candy. There you go. There you go.
Though it was cold and windy, the weather did not stop people's enthusiasm. Many scary creatures, cosplayers, and cute little monsters appeared to celebrate Halloween in advance. 13 businesses participated in trick-or-treating, handing out candy for the kids and store discounts for the adults. Families dressed alike in themed costumes for the trick-or-treat activity, which lasted for 2 hours in the afternoon. It was organized by Visit Walkerville and Time to Go, who both plan on hosting the event next year. From MediaPlex News, I'm Shirley Feng.
The benefits of exercise are too numerous to list. Did you know that one surprising benefit might be to boost your immune system? Amos Johnson tells us more in this Health Minute.
Hi, I'm Amos Johnson with your Health Minute. Exercise is known to be beneficial to your health, and while scientists can't say for certain, it appears to be good for your immune system as well. They say all you need is about 20 to 30 minutes of regular exercise, depending on your lifestyle. Even if it only helps your immune system for a few hours, it's still better in comparison to someone who doesn't exercise. Now, the amount of exercise you should get depends on how many calories you consume. If you're exercising with a low calorie count, your body will feel overworked and will overall hurt your immune system. Other things you can do to strengthen your immune system are eating right, limiting alcohol use, and avoiding smoking. If you fail to make time for cardio, try stretching every day. You can even try practicing yoga. Now, the best you can do to keep a healthy immune system is to take care of your body by being physically active, getting enough sleep, and eating right. If you take care of your body will take care of you. This has been Amos Johnson with your Health Minute.
What's going on in Windsor? I really wish there were more hours in a day because there's so much more going on this week. Until November 5th, catch a show at Essex Hall Theatre. The University Players put on The Dining Room. This ode to the one center of the family life features a diverse cast of characters. Tickets range from $15 to $22. Tomorrow, the 2017 Shine the Light on Women Abuse campaign kicks off a tree lighting ceremony at Charles Clark Square. This is the 4th annual tree lighting event. The tree remains lit in purple for all of November to remind people they are not alone. Looking for a cheap option to get some laughs? Comedy Night Live is held the first Thursday of the month at Villains Bistro in downtown Windsor. The show starts at 9 p.m. and cover is pay what you can. The lineup for November includes a number of comedians from Michigan, Ohio, and Windsor's own Billy Squires. Are you up with the sun? Wake up refreshed? Well, wake up with a stretch at a community yoga at the Green Bean Cafe every Thursday at 7 a.m. Jacqueline Bernacki leads yoga for just $10 for the general public. There's nothing better than shopping local, and you can do just that at the Two of a Kind show, benefiting the MS Society of Canada. On Saturday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., stop by this unique show for food and craft items. Whatever you choose to do, have fun exploring Windsor, Essex County. Alicia Richard joins us for an interview with What's Going On.
I'm here with Amanda Gelman, Chair of the Windsor Centre for Film, Digital Media and Creative Arts. Hi Amanda, can you tell us about the Windsor Centre for Film?
Well, the center is an idea that several people had about how to keep film students working in Windsor after they graduated. And there were a lot of other filmmakers who couldn't afford space to do their editing, couldn't afford equipment. So we came up with an idea to form a community center in the downtown core where filmmakers and professionals could share the equipment, the space, do fundraising, work together on film teams, etc.
Earlier this summer you held a PR event for the upcoming Media Arts Center. Can you tell us about the center?
Yeah, we had the event so we could let the public know more about the center. We have architectural drawings now for the first time, which is really great. And we wanted to get those out in the media to attract some donors. We showed what the ballroom will look like, which is also a production space, offices, we have a restaurant, we have a classroom, editing suites. So it gave the community a feeling of what to expect of the center. They've been waiting for a long time for this, but it takes a lot of money and a lot of planning to do.
And why is having a Media Arts Center here in Windsor important to you?
Well, like when we brought the medical school to town, I was part of that. We were concerned about brain drain to other communities. When students graduate, they go to New York, Toronto, Vancouver. Very few stay here, so we're looking at a way to get them to come here. Also, we have a lot of filmmakers the filmmakers who do come to Windsor come from Toronto or Hamilton. A lot of times they'll bring their crews with them. So we wanted a space where they could hang and meet local people to hire for their films.
Well, that makes sense. That's a good idea.
Yeah, we're thinking.
And when can we expect to see the center open?
So we're looking at about 2 years from now. The city is doing some planning right now in streetscaping in front of our building, and that's not going to be finished till 2019.
This has been 3 Minutes with Amanda Gelman.
You're probably headed out soon with the family for some trick-or-treat fun. At the MediaPlex, we want to make sure that your fun comes with a side of safety. Constable Andrew Drulard gives us some safety tips for this evening.
I know Halloween's an exciting time, but it's important that you walk and don't run, and that you cross at an intersection or at a corner. And when you're at that corner, make sure that vehicles that are driving, that they see you and that you see them, and that you cross safely at those intersections. Definitely don't dart out between vehicles in the middle of a block, because sometimes you'll have that car that's going by, right, and they might not see you. So definitely cross at those intersections or corners. And it may be exciting that you have all this candy, but wait till you get home and wait for that parent or adult to look over all that candy before you dive into it. Okay, and it's important. Let's everybody have a safe and fun Halloween.
Thanks for tuning in. From all of us here, have a safe and happy Halloween. I'm Lori Baldassi, and you've been watching MediaPlex News Now.